about sound. So sound is a form of energy. It is produced when vibrations are occur and the vibration forms wave. So there are the types of waves which will be explained by Sharma.
Wave is a disturbance of a particle from its mean position. There are two types of wave, longitudinal wave and transverse wave. Longitudinal wave. It is a wave in which the particles move parallel to the direction of motion of the wave, and it creates the compression and rarefaction. Compression, it is a part of a longitudinal wave in which the particles are very close to each other, and the rarefaction is a part of longitudinal wave where the particles are very far apart. Now, second is a transverse wave. In this type of wave, the particles are perpendicular to the direction of motion of the particle, and it creates the crest and flow. Crest means it is a part of transverse wave which create a higher displacement in the positive direction, and the throw is the maximum displacement of the particle from the mean position in negative direction. Negative direction.
So the
Sound can travel through solid, liquid and gas. Now sound can travel through solid. We can hear the sound through solid. For example, ask your friend to stick a pencil or any other thing to a bench and place your ear at the another corner. You will be hear the sound. This proves that sound can travel through solid. Now sound can travel through liquid. The communication of sea animal is possible communication of sea animal is possible due to the transfers of sound in the liquid.
So she has told about the sound in the solid and liquid. I will tell you about the sound in air. As a sound needs propagation for producing for hearing to us, the sound can travel through air, but in vacuum sound cannot travel because, as I have mentioned earlier, that it needs propagation. In vacuum there is no medium for the propagation of sound, so sound is not we can't hear sound in vacuum. Then we will see the characteristics of sound wave. So the first characteristic of sound wave is wavelength. So what is wavelength? Wavelength means the distance between two consecutive crests or two consecutive tone. So when it is denoted by the Greek letter lambda, and the SI unit of wavelength is meter. The louder sound has shorter wavelength and the shorter sound has louder wavelength. The next characteristic is amplitude. Amplitude is the maximum distance from the mean position. So it can be from mean position to crest or normal to true. So it is denoted by letter A, and its SI unit is meter. The louder sound has a large amplitude and the shorter sound has short amplitude. The third topic is frequency. Frequency means number of oscillation complete in second is called frequency. Frequency is the reciprocal of time period. So it is written as frequency equals to 1 upon time period. It is represented by a Greek letter nu, which is written as V. And next is our time period. The time taken to complete one oscillation is called time period. The SI unit is seconds.
Sound is dependent on the the nature of the medium in which the sound can travel. So the speed of sound change in the different medium. Now second is temperature. The sound travel high on the dry day than in the cold day. And third is humidity. If the sound can travel fast in the moist day than in the dry day, because moist air is lighter than the dry air.
And the sound is independent on the wavelength, frequency, and pressure and loudness. If there is any kind of change in these three factors, the sound is independent, and then the sound will not be affected.
Now, reflection of sound. The reflection of sound is when the incident rays strike on the solid or liquid surface, it gets bounced back or reflected back in the same medium. This is called as reflection of sound. On the reflection of sound, many devices are such as megaphone, bulk horn, stethoscope, and a soundboard, etc.
Okay, now let's see the characteristics of sound. The first characteristic is pitch. So, pitch is it distinguishes between the shrill sound and grave sound. So, what is shrill sound? The shrill sound is having a high frequency. In the it is examples are female sound, then bird sound, or but yeah, and the grave sound is having a low frequency. Example, main sound and a frog sound. The second characteristic is loudness. So loudness is basically it is connected to amplitude. When the amplitude is small, the loudness is more. As I have mentioned earlier, the loudness, SI unit of loudness is decibel. It is written as dB. And it is when the soft sound has the loudness of 0 decibel. The normal sound has the loudness of 65 decibel. And when the sound exceeds 85, the sound exceeds 85 decibel, it is physically painful. And the third is these are
Now audible range. Audible range of human is 20 to 20,000 hertz. Now depending on the frequency, there are two types of sound: ultrasonic and infrasonic. Now infrasonic sound, the sound which are below 20,000 hertz. 20 hertz is called as infrasonic sound, and this sound cannot hear by the human. This sound can be measured by the device called as seismometer, and the uses of this sound is the whales and rhinoceros can hear this sound for predicting their food, and they can use to detect the earthquake. Now second is ultrasonic sound. The sound which are about 20,000 hertz are called as ultrasonic sound. This sound also cannot hear by the human. There are many uses of this sound, such as it is used for measuring the crack in anything, or it is used to in medical diagnosis. Then bats and dogs can hear this sound, and it is used in a sonar. Sonar means sound navigation and trenching. Now the human ear. The human ear. Now first part of human ear. The human ear consists of three parts: outer ear, middle ear, inner ear. Outer ear. The part of ear that is visible to the human ear, human eye, is called as outer ear. It consists of pinna and ear canal. Second part is middle ear. It consists of eardrum, and we attached with three bones. Now the third part is inner ear. It is the end part of the ear. It is consists of a ear and auditory nerve. Now what is the working of ear? Now firstly, the pinna or the outer ear collects the sound and send it to the funnel-like shape called tube, which is called as ear canal, which is 2 to 3 centimeter long, and then the sound gets struck to the eardrum, where the sound vibrates, and the eardrum have attached three bones, which is hammer, anvil, and sternum, which is help for the transport of the sound. After the eardrum, it transfers to the oval window, which is called as coilia, which is a coil-like shape, where the liquid is present. In the liquid there is nerve cell which is present in that liquid, and the auditory nerves are attached to it, where they take the sound to the brain. This is how the sound can hear by us.
the third characteristic of sound is quality. So we have here two sounds. Like let's take the example of two singers. We can identify the sound which they used while singing the song. It is because of the quality of their sound. So quality is also called as timbre. Thank you.
Thank you.